Three teams in the ACC are remodeling their houses this spring. Boston College, North Carolina, and Syracuse dealing with some staff changes, some philosophy changes that are going to take some time to get used to. And this spring, it's going to provide an important stretch here and moment for them and seeing just how successful they can be in the fall. I want to start with Syracuse. Dino Babers enters a very crucial season here. Just 4 years ago, won 10 games, finished in the top 15 in the polls, but losing seasons have followed. We saw a little bit of an uptick last year with 5 wins, but he decides, hey, I'm going to make a change on offense. We're going to get away from this veer and shoot. We're going to bring in a new OC, change things a little bit. What's that going to look like? He doesn't even know. He even said recently, we might have a mix of things from that veer and shoot compared to what we might see with the new OC from Virginia. So that'll be interesting to watch. Boston College, a new OC, somewhat similar philosophy, a lot of NFL stuff. And when I say NFL stuff, probably stuff you probably saw 15 years ago in the NFL. But the big thing for Boston College is whether Phil Jurkovec can be healthy and remain healthy, because he's a fantastic quarterback, one that can get them to a winning season. But will this offense change a little bit? They got pushed around in several games last year, and that one game against Mizzou particularly stands out. Even though it was a victory, Mizzou pushed them around a little bit too much for what you would like to see from Boston College. And then the most interesting team to me with these revamps is North Carolina. Yes, they lose Sam Howell, the best quarterback they've had in some time, and was a dark horse Heisman candidate entering last season before things kind of went kersplat. But they also replaced a defensive coordinator. And Mac Brown says, hey, I'm going to bring in a familiar name, someone who's a veteran, and that's Gene Chizik. Why did he do that? To solve some issues, not just on the field with that defense, but also off the field. There's some leadership problems there. And so he brings in Chizik to kind of try to revamp the entire culture on defense while replacing some starters. Meanwhile, offensively, you got a quarterback battle brewing. Is this going to be reload or rebuild for North Carolina? After a disappointing season last year where we thought they might win the ACC instead of struggle to get to 500, this looks more like a rebuild than anything else for North Carolina.